everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the ultimate Skirk build guide for Genshin Impact. If you've just pulled the Abyss's very own Swordmaster and want to unleash her full, freezing potential to absolutely dominate the Spiral Abyss, you are in the right place. We're covering everything. Her best weapons, revolutionary artifact choices, essential team comps, and crucial playstyle tips. Let's get started. Skirk is a 5-star cryo sword user, entering the meta as a truly unique and top-tier on-field DPS. Her kit is designed for maximum impact, especially within freeze teams. That's purely cryo and hydro characters. In her optimal setups, she easily stands as one of the most formidable damage dealers in the entire game. When building Skirk, these are your absolute priorities to make her shine. Aim for over 2,100 total attack. Skirk loves attack. Target a crit rate of around 70% to 80%. Remember, cryo resonance gives you an easy 15%. Push your crit damage to 200% or higher. The more, the merrier. And naturally, a high cryo damage bonus on your goblet is non-negotiable. For Skirk's talents, the order is crucial to maximizing her damage. Her elemental skill, Havoc, Warp, is where the vast majority of her damage comes from, so level her skill first. Next, focus on her elemental burst, Havoc, Ruin, as it provides significant burst damage and utility. You can leave her normal attack, Havoc Sunder, for last, or even not level it beyond basic utility, as it's primarily used for weaving in hits during her skill stance, rather than being a primary damage source. Now let's talk swords. Skirk has some fantastic options. Skirk's signature weapon, Azure Light, is tailor-made for her. It boasts a high base attack of 608 and a generous 33.1% crit rate substat. Its passive grants a significant attack buff after using an elemental skill, and if she has no elemental energy, which Skirk inherently often does for her burst's passive, she gets an additional attack buff and a massive ultimate burst damage increase. It perfectly synergizes with her on-field rotation. Best 4-star weapon, Finale of the Deep, Craftable Sword. This is where it gets interesting. For 4-star options, the Craftable Sword, Finale of the Deep, is an absolute standout. Yes, it shares a name with her best artifact set, but remember, this is the sword. It offers flat attack and attacks buffs, and because it's craftable, it's highly accessible. It's so good, it can even compete with some 5-star swords, especially if you have a healer in your team to clear its Bond of Life effect for extra attack. This is highly recommended for most players. Other top 5-star alternatives. If you have them, 5-star swords like Mist Splitter Reforged for its high crit damage and elemental damage bonus, and Haran Geppaku Futsu for crit rate and elemental normal attack damage, are also excellent choices. Time for artifacts. And this is where Skirk gets really unique. Finale of the Deep Galleries is her undisputed best-in-slot artifact set for maximizing her DPS potential. And yes, it is different from the sword Finale of the Deep. Here's why this set is revolutionary for Skirk. 2-piece bonus, cryo damage bonus, plus 15%. This is a straightforward, direct boost to all of Skirk's cryo damage, whether it's from her skill, burst, or cryo-infused normal attacks. Pure power. 4-piece bonus, massive damage boost at 0 energy, plus 60%. Normal attack damage, and plus 60% elemental burst damage when the equipped character has 0 elemental energy. Perfect for Skirk's kit. Skirk's elemental burst doesn't use elemental energy. Instead, it consumes a unique resource called Serpent's Subtlety. This means that after she uses her burst, or if she simply hasn't used her burst yet, she inherently has 0 elemental energy. This makes it incredibly easy for her to consistently trigger this massive 60% damage buff for her normal attacks or burst. Conditional use. After dealing one type of damage, either normal attack or elemental burst, while the buff is active, the buff for the other type stops for 6 seconds. This encourages a rotational playstyle where you prioritize either a powerful burst followed by normal attacks, or vice versa, maximizing the active buff. Off-field flexibility. The effect can even trigger if Skirk is off-field, adding to her versatility. Final verdict. Why it's best for cryo-focused Skirk. This 4-piece finale of the Deep Galleries is ideal for on-field cryo DPS builds, focusing on normal attack strings, and for burst nuke builds where her burst is the main event. Its massive raw damage boost often outperforms other sets, especially because Skirk naturally meets the zero energy condition. While finale of the Deep Galleries is generally her best, here are other strong contenders depending on your team and playstyle. Marashasi Hunter, best with Furina, 2-piece, plus 15%, normal charged attack damage. 4-piece, plus 12%, crit rate per stack, up to 36% when HP fluctuates. Why it's great. If you're pairing Skirk with Furina, this set becomes incredibly powerful. Furina's HP drainage mechanics will effortlessly grant Skirk a massive 36% free crit rate, making artifact building much easier and allowing you to stack more crit damage. Downside, less effective without Furina, or if Skirk isn't on the field frequently. Blizzard Strayer, strong in freeze teams. 2-piece, plus 15%, cryo damage. 4-piece, plus 20% crit rate versus cryo-affected enemies, and another plus 20% crit rate if they're frozen, total plus 40%. Why it's good. In dedicated freeze teams where enemies are consistently frozen, Blizzard Strayer allows you to virtually ignore crit rate on artifacts and stack pure crit damage. Now for team compositions. Skirk's kit has a very specific yet incredibly powerful restriction. She thrives only in cryo and hydro teams. Her passives and damage multipliers are heavily boosted by having only these 2 elements present. Avoid Pyro, Dendro, or Electro teammates, you'll lose a significant chunk of her power. Top team example, Skirk, your cryo DPS. Furina, hydro support, massive universal damage buff. Escoffier, cryo healer, support, amazing synergy with Skirk's cryo application and healing. Flex slot. This can be another strong hydro, like Yelan or Xingqiu for off-field damage, or cryo, like Shenhe for insane buffs, or Charlotte for more healing cryo application. This full cryo hydro setup is key to unlocking Skirk's maximum potential. Skirk is primarily an on-field DPS, utilizing her unique stance. Here's a streamlined rotation. Start your support skills and bursts. Furina skill for burst. Escoffier skill, burst. Swap to Skirk. Use her elemental skill, tap, to enter 7-phase flash mode. Absorb void rifts. Use her charged attack or her alternate elemental burst, Havoc, Extinction, to absorb nearby void rifts, generated by cryo reactions, to gain Serpent's subtlety. Damage phase. Weave in normal attack strings, performing charged attacks when needed to absorb more void rifts and extend her stance. Burst, if available. Use her elemental burst if it's charged and you want to unleash a nuke, then continue with normal attacks or swap. Swap out when her stance ends or her main buffs are over. At C0, Skirk is already fully functional and a top-tier DPS, capable of clearing challenging content. Her C1 and C2 offer substantial damage upgrades, but are by no means required for meta performance. C6 provides a major power spike, but for most players it's a luxury, not a necessity. Here's a quick summary to remember everything. Main role, on-field cryo. DPS. Best team, freeze, cryo and hydro only. Best signature weapon, Azure Light, 5-star. Best 4-star weapon, Finale of the Deep, craftable. Best artifact, 4-piece. Finale of the Deep Galleries. Stat focus, attack cess, crit rate, crit damage, cryo damage bonus. Talent order, elemental skill first, then elemental burst, then normal attack. And that's it for the ultimate Skirk build guide. I hope this helps you get the most out of your new favorite sword-wielding Abyss Master. If you found this helpful, please drop a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more Genshin Impact guides and content. Got questions or want to share your own Skirk tips and successful team comps? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.